Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, so we did it. We did another week. Week 24 of 2020 at Ho. Thanks for hanging out with me. Was the week full enough for you with mugwort as our herb of the week? Oh my gosh. She really did invite us to go deep, didn't she? And be really aware of what's up. So we'll do our affirmations, and actually right now I'm sitting at my desk and I'm not ready at all to do a my desk is covered with notes and index cards that I have been taking from the book by Florence Scovel Shin for Women. So what I thought I would do is talk to you while I clean my desk off, because I want to tell you some of these notes, and I think I'll be doing a live stream on my YouTube maybe tomorrow night, or unless I feel really ambitious tonight when I get home from my job. I don't know. But sometime this weekend probably I'll be posting a video about the second chapter, The Law of Prosperity. So I thought I would just read you some of these things that I wrote down, and then also share a story with you from Ladies' Night. So I went to Ladies' Night last night, woke up definitely appreciating coffee. So I had a good time. I had a pretty good time. And I'll just tell you the story first. Well, I had a really great experience with like a reminder that, like, if we are in a divinely lit, I'll call it divinely lit, energetic place, we can genuinely be unaware or genuinely immune to negativity. So I had this really, really awesome experience last night that just was like a real life validation that, you know, if you be hanging out with Jesus, with Christ consciousness, if you be hanging out in that energy, you genuinely, it's not like you're like turning a blind eye to any of the problems, but you genuinely are just not included or a part of it. So I was having a conversation last night with my friend Stacy, and we read the Jesus Calling book that I read. She reads that book and another book like that too. And she has a really beautiful devotional practice that she does every morning with her husband too, which melts my heart, because like I don't care what a couple does together, but anytime I see a couple having a project together that they're both into, it melts my heart. Like one time I saw my good friend Sherry and her husband at the farmer's market selling biscottis together, and I was like, oh, I love you guys so much. Like, I just love their together project. And like those DJs that I love, they're two ladies, but they love each other and they make music together, and I just love that so much. Like, anytime people are like on the same freaking page, lovers on the same page, and actually have like an interest together and growing together and expanding their minds together and creating together, like, I celebrate that so very, very much. So they have a beautiful devotional practice they do every day. Like, they read some scriptures, they listen to a podcast, and then they talk about it. I know. I'm like, God, I love you guys. So anyways, I was sharing with her a story. About my story about Jesus when I was younger and even into my 30s or whatever, I really did not think the Jesus path was for me. Like, I was even like, okay, no thanks, Jesus. Like, I'd go to a fair and some crazy churchy would be like, Jesus loves you. And I'd be like, fuck off, you know? Like, I really was so pushing against it for a while. So I was sharing this with her that, you know, I very deliberately was like, gonna take the galactic path, thank you, not the churchy Jesus path, like, okay? And I was telling her that I remember the day when I was listening to a galactic channeling. I don't know if it was an archangel or galactic, or I can't remember exactly who said this. But basically what they said, and it resonated because I was blown away. You know, I'm thinking I'm going like extraterrestrial and galactic and celestial, and, you know, I'm not doing Jesus, right? I'm not doing Jesus. Well, the galactic channeling was talking about this sector of the universe, this sector, this galactic quadrant is managed and run by the office of Christ. And that was like my first moment where I was like, OMG. And then after that, you know, I was realizing that, you know, the Christ is a consciousness, Christ consciousness. We all have access to the Christ consciousness. But anyways, I was sharing with her this story that, like, you know, it's funny to me now, like, you just can't get away from Jesus. And we were laughing about it because, you know, that is an honest experience of mine. Like, I deliberately tried to avoid Jesus and Christ, and like even going there or using that word, or, you know, like for whatever reason, there was a time I really tried to avoid it. And when I realized you can't get away from Jesus. Now, I mean, of course, Jesus was the man and that one incarnation, but you cannot get away from Christ consciousness, because that's what, like, you know, every ascended master taps into. That's what everyone is, you know, striving for. Ascension, understanding that their own divinity, the Christ within, the Christ consciousness, like everyone has access to this. So anyways, we were just having like a beautiful, like, Jesus Christ consciousness moment together. And then all of a sudden we look over and we are all of a sudden aware that there was a little tiff brewing on the other side of the table, and one of our friends was even to the point where she was gonna storm out. You know, add alcohol to bitches, it happens, you know. But anyways, and we both, her and I both had this awesome experience that, like, we realized that because we were like thinking about Jesus and talking about Jesus and thinking about Christ, and, you know, I'm thinking about how this sector of the universe is managed by the office of Christ, and everything is Christ consciousness. We had no idea there was a little bit of chaos and conflict at the same table that we are sitting at, because we were like immune to it. We didn't see it. We weren't aware of it. We weren't vibing that way. We were vibing a different way. But anyways, so we both realized that, like, because we were focused on, you know, divinity, we just were exempt. We were immune from, you know, the little bit of negativity. So anyways, what a great experience for me last night to just realize that what the trees were saying was exactly right yesterday. What we focus on right now is so important. It's important for us because we are creating our experiences and we're creating our reality and essentially our world that we live in. So it's like, really hold the vision. Really hold the vision now about what you want. and what you want to manifest and what you want to be a vibrational match to. So do you want to be a vibrational match to arguments, or do you want to be a vibrational match to bliss and revelations and personal experiences? And I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful experience for me to realize that no matter what path I have chosen, and even when I deliberately was choosing paths that were so not Christ consciousness oriented, it all led me to Christ. Isn't that crazy? Like, I was going extraterrestrial, galactic, weirdo, woo-woo, fuck you, right? And it still was like, well, this galactic quadrant is run by the office of Christ. Like, so anyways, if you're in this world, you can't get away from Jesus, and I'm sorry about that. So anyways, that's my story. But yeah, I have notes here because I'm studying the Law of Prosperity, the next chapter. And I just want to read you some of these notes from the Law of Prosperity. Things that I'm trying to remember is that God is everyone's supply, and there is a supply for every demand. So go into this weekend knowing that, like, anything you want, you can have if you go to the right supplier. You know what I mean? You need to be going within and accessing, divinity, accessing the higher realms, the higher powers, faith, God, whatever you want to call it. That's where you get the goods. And there's a supply for everyone's demand, and it's unlimited. Another thing that I feel like is so important to really just encompass this week is that we can release what belongs to us by divine right through our spoken word. So more and more and more, we need to be very deliberate and conscious of the words we're choosing, the thoughts that we're thinking, because we are manifesting. So this spoken word, and I'll read some of my affirmations here that I'm going to say this weekend, are so powerful when we speak them. And then we must have perfect faith in our spoken word. And then we must act on our perfect faith. So it's like, you got to speak it, you got to feel it, you got to believe it, and then you got to act on it, right? So this whole like acting like you have it before you even got it, and that's really important. My second page of notes says, you are divinely protected. God is never too late. You must prepare for the thing you have asked for. So divine timing happens in divine timing, and it's never too late. So don't get discouraged if your manifestation seems to be held up or, caught up in traffic or whatever. It's like, God is never too late. It'll be here when it's supposed to be here. And so what do? Well, you prepare for the thing you have asked for. So if you have asked for a lover, go shave your legs. You know what I mean? Go put on your pretty granny panties. Start acting like you have what you want. If you want more money, then go spend some money. Make your affirmations of truth repeatedly. I think that's the one thing that I wasn't doing, and that I'm going to try to, like, I always joke, like, say these affirmations again and again like a psycho. That is actually what we are supposed to be doing. We have to make our affirmations of truth repeatedly. And if that means 100 times a day until it's in our subconscious solid, right? That's what we need to do. 3 more things. Rejoice and give thanks that you have already received. Like, thank you for this money. Thank you for this love. Like, you have to rejoice and give thanks like you have already received, because you have already received. Like, it's already here. Like, you have to get in that mindset. And it's crazy, but that's how you fucking make the universe work for you. Second to last, hold the vision. Hold the vision. That's one of the affirmations. I can only receive what I see myself receiving. I hold the vision. So see yourself doing what you want to do, being how you want to be, and receiving what you want to receive. Hold the vision. And then the last thing in my notes that I'll be talking about in my live stream on YouTube says, increase the power of vision with a friend who believes. So that is why when we come together here and we talk about mugworts, affirmations, or we talk about the laws of the universe, and I'm thinking it. Okay, here's the affirmation. I'm saying I have perfect faith, and you're saying I have perfect faith. And so we're coming together, our energy is multiplying. I'm saying I have perfect faith that my cowboy lover is, I'm going to manifest cowboy lover. So you too then, thank you, because you're my friend. You two are like, you know what? Sadie is going to get her cowboy lover. And you believe it. And you believe it in your heart. And even like on the days where a little doubt creeps in, you hold the vision for me. And you're like, yes, she's going to get some dick. And we're so happy for her. And anyways, when you have a friend or a healer or a therapist or a family member or just anyone in your life that's also holding your vision and believing in it, that helps your manifestation. And that's why healers can help people, because when they are unwavering in the vision of perfect health and they truly believe that their client is perfectly healthy, they hold that vision. They hold that vision and help that person manifest it. So anyways, I wrote that down too. Increase the power of vision with a friend who believes. So if you can get a friend, come together and mastermind and brainstorm and hold the vision and have perfect faith with you, that is powerful. And that's why churches and prayer can be so powerful too, because people are coming together, holding the vision, having perfect faith, and the universe has no other choice to manifest, because that is law. So anyways, these are good, aren't they? Okay, look, I'm cleaning up. Here's my cards. I have perfect faith. I can release with my spoken word all that belongs to me by divine right under grace. This is what I'm going to say all weekend. I dig my ditches and prepare for them to be filled with water. That's something that's in the book, that was in the Bible. And so this is an analogy that helps me remember to prepare for what I want. So if I want water, you got to go out and dig the ditches. Even if there's not a storm cloud in the sky, you have to have perfect faith that the water is coming. So dig your ditches and prepare for them to be filled with whatever it is that you want. Here's another affirmation as I clean my desk. I am identified in love with the spirit of everyone connected. Let the divine idea come out of this situation. So if you're having a little tiff or you have to do something, she used the example of a bank, like you have to go get a loan and you're just not sure if they're going to be nice and give it to you. You got to prime up that experience by saying, I am identified in love with the spirit of everyone connected with at the bank, right? Let the divine idea come out of the situation. So you really have to get in this mindset, like everything that's divinely mine will come to me. And if it's not divinely mine, I don't want it. I only want what is truly mine, what is best for me. Another affirmation, ask for success and prepare for success. Dang. So I could say, I ask for success and I prepare for success. Success is divinely mine under grace. God is my supply, and there is a supply for every demand. I can only receive what I see myself receiving. I hold the vision. And then the last card I have, so I spoke the word. She said that in the book. She was going to do a treatment for another person. and she says, so I spoke the word. And that's what we kind of need to get into. So I spoke the word. I realized there was something that I wanted to manifest. So I spoke the word. Your word is that powerful. So anyways, that will be the work I'm doing this weekend. And I have one last page to clean off, and then we'll get some cards on this desk. Here's one page of notes that I said, remember, words and thoughts are a tremendous vibratory force, ever molding a woman's body and affairs. So speak the word. Source God is the supply. The supply is infinite. Be filled and act with perfect faith. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our magical herb of the week, mugwort, and I dedicate them all to you. Thank you. I am intuitive. I listen to the guidance of my dreams and hunches. I can see clearly. I never miss a trick. I integrate all aspects of my multidimensional consciousness. I am body and spirit. I am light and dark. I am flowing and honoring the cycles of life. I am intuitive. I listen to the guidance of my dreams and hunches. I can see clearly. I never miss a trick. I integrate all aspects of my multidimensional consciousness. I am body and spirit. I am light and dark. I am flowing and honoring the cycles of life. So be it. Yes, thank you, mugwort. It really was so magical. It is so magical. All right, so I got 3 piles here. I took some time to get us 3 piles, and we just need numbers with them. All right, so yeah, mugwort was awesome this week. Really, it was good. It was a good one. Do you want to know what we're doing next week? I feel like I should tell you. Maybe you can decide if you want to come back or not. Next week, oh my God, next week we're doing Tulsi, Holy Basil, Manifest More Joy. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back next week. Okay, good. And you know what? I feel so much lighter and better now that I've given myself permission to not try to do a nerdy podcast for like a couple weeks or the rest of the year or whatever. Like I really instantly I'm like enjoying how that much more when I'm not feeling like I have to catch up with myself. You know, it's like we're just moving along so quickly here that it is ridiculous and not even, I don't want to say like acceptable, but it's like there's no way I can keep up with our pace here with Herbal Marie. So I'm just letting myself off the hook and trying to keep my vibration up because that's more important than making nerdy podcasts right now. It is, you guys. Your vibration, your happiness, your enjoyment, your passion is more important than like all the nerdy stuff. I know. My nerds are like, what? So I cried at ladies' night last night a little bit. Oh yeah, we all had a little bit to drink, okay? And there was this one point where like tomorrow is the memorial service for my best friend's mom who died several months ago. Like we're finally now, like COVID is finally allowing us a service. And you know, I just was like feeling that. I was feeling you know, last summer my mom was in a really bad accident. She could have almost died last summer. Like I just was like, plus I was feeling appreciation plus the alcohol, and I just decided to have a few tears. And I'm telling you what, that is what is so great about ladies' night, because anyone's allowed to cry anytime they want. And it's never been me. Well, except one other time. Except for that other time, but that was That was love gone wrong. These were more, wholesome tears. So anyways, tomorrow we get to celebrate Victoria and, say our goodbyes, and we have an opportunity to be there for each other as, we do all that. So yeah, it just was like a moment where like I released a little bit last night, and it's just so nice to be able to have your girlfriends that you can do that with. And it reminded me of high school. It really did, because I don't know about you in high school, but like there, it's, you could say anything, do anything, cry, have your tantrum, throw a fit, be crazy, and the next day it's like, hey girl, what's up? We don't hold any grudges. We don't hold anything against anybody, because we're unconditional friends. So, all right. So anyways, on that note, you're allowed to pretty much get away with anything with me as long as you offer me the same. Okay, so I got this little fat deck of numbers, and let's get some numbers. Whoa. Oh my God. Okay. Our first number, I shit you not, is number 1. The deck split apart 3 times. Our second number is 7. And our third number is 55. Well, that's going to go down in the record book for the fastest fucking numbers I've ever heard. I love these numbers. Oh my God. And on the bottom of the deck, as I put it away, is number 78. That's the year I was born. All right, all of these are going to be for me. 1, 7, and 55. And as I put the deck away, 78 gave me a kiss goodbye, saying, I see you, honey. I know you. That's what numbers say to me. I see you. I know you. I'm aware of you. Are you aware of me? Let's talk. Yep, I talk with numbers. I talk with trees. You might as well just get that white padded room at the mental health hospital ready for me, because eventually somebody might want to lock me up when they realize what I do. Okay, so yeah, I talk to numbers. I see messages in numbers. I see messages in everything, and I love these numbers. Number 1, our first pile is number 1. Our middle pile is number 7. 7 is my life path number, and 55 is just a sexy number. I don't care who you are. And I look up and the clock is 555. Okay, 50, and it's 10:05. Okay, 5 is the number of change. 55 just is a sexy fucking number. Oh my gosh, and that my friend just turned 55 last night. Okay, so 55 is very significant. And yeah, just for shits and giggles, on the bottom of the deck was 78 to tell me that I am indeed on the right path. I am intuitive, like Mugwort says. I am light, I am dark. Sometimes I laugh my face off. Sometimes I shed tears. Sometimes I do that within 2 minutes of each other. And you know what? That's being human. So we really need to just allow ourselves to be how we are this weekend. So let me tell you what cards you're going to get today. You're going to get a flower whisper. You're going to get an enchanted spell oracle. You're going to get a priestess. You're going to get a botanical whisper essential oil. We got a soul flower. Oh my God, you're getting a lot of cards. I'm going to put the soul flower up here. You're going to get a soul flower. You're going to get a plant spirit oracle. You're going to get a magic of flowers lady or man. Sometimes there's men in there. And then a flower essence. What's that deck called? Flowers oracle. Those are the Bach flower remedies. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Of course, you're getting 7 cards and your number. Whew. Are you ready? You ready to hang out with me? Okay. So which pile do you feel most called for? Number 1, number 7, or number 55? Number 1, number 7, or number 55? And if you're like me and you're a greedy little piggy and you want them all, you can have them all. Okay? like today, I'm like, listen, if I had to choose, of course, it'd be number 7. But can I just have them all? Sort of like last night, I literally filled up my plate 3 times with food. I was so enjoying myself last night. And I was so hungry. And my friend Shelly made these chicken balls, like ground up chicken and like hot sauce. I was like, I haven't even been wanting meat, but this makes me hungry. Chicken balls, that's right. I ate some. I had so many chicken balls in my mouth last night. Reminds me of that saying, that lady has had more cock in her than a hen house. That's who I want to be. All right, here we go. Are you still here? Okay, here we go. All right, ready? Am I still drunk? Okay. Seriously, I was having the sampler of everything last night. I ate all, like I had fritters, I had tomatoes and basil and finger food and yum, yum, yum. And then I had champagne. I had a little bit of champagne. I had a little bit of red wine. I had 2 shots of pink lemonade vodka. I had Kahlua, for fuck's sake. Like, I was like the sampler lady last night. I was like, let's try it all. Let's try it all. Because I like a buffet. All right, here we go. You know what I'm going to do? I am actually today, just for time and what have you nots, I'm going to flip over all the cards right now. And I might be a little overwhelmed with this buffet, but I'm just going to give it to you quick enough. I'm going to look at all the cards and see what I think and see if I even like doing it that way. Okay, so if you pick number 1, you are getting a very interesting selection of cards. Right away, before I even look at the cards, I'm picking up some beige vibes. Now, what are beige vibes? Okay, beige vibes to me sometimes are take it easy, take the neutral ground, play it safe, don't bring too much attention to yourself. Beige vibes. I met a lady 10 years ago, and she's like, I just couldn't decide what paint for each room, so I just went with beige for the whole house. Beige vibes. All right, so anyways, I see some beige vibes here with cypress and turkey tail. So you're getting cypress and turkey tail. You're getting hydrangea and hornbeam and hellebore, triple H's, and you're getting the priestess of rebirth. So I almost feel that with those messages, you're going to be venturing into some color in your life. You have been having beige vibes. You've been kind of unknown, kind of unsettled, maybe even in some grief, but you're having a transition now into empowerment. You are rebirthing. And you're going to be deliberately changing your vibes. All right, so I don't really know if I like turning all these over at once because my brain's like scrambled right now. But you've got a quote here. You've got a flower whisper that says, "Let us be grateful to those who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom." So I really feel like if you pick the first pile, your first message is to be grateful for the bitches in your life. Okay, I'm just going to spin off a ladies' night. But it's like, listen, these people who bring you alive, who help you garden, who bring blossoms to your experience, who, yeah, maybe sometimes are in there dance around in the garden trampling your posies, but whatever. They make you happy. For the most part, you have to admit. These people, these charming gardeners make you happy. You enjoy spending time with them. I just felt like right off the bat, your first message on this TGIF, yeah, is to just make a mental list or write it down. Write down and think about and be grateful for the people in your life who make you happy, who enjoy being happy with you. who you have. Maybe you could put me on the list too. But like, appreciate people who are there for you, who like our prosperity affirmations from Flossie was saying, who hold the vision with you, who are willing to dive into the unknown and the mystery with you, who are willing to hold your hand in your times of unsettled grief, in your transitions, in your sorrow. If you found yourself almost inconsolable with grief and sadness, that person that would hold your hand, be so thankful for them right here, right now, because birth is not always easy. Yesterday, the trees wanted to talk about birth and rebirth, and you got the rebirth priestess who has the elder flower behind her and the elderberry. And so I want you to think of someone who is your elder right now, who, like for me, it would be my beloved Lorraine. So if I was having a day where I truly did need to cry, and I truly did need someone to hold my hand and pray with me and give me words of comfort, she would be there for me. She would be my charming gardener to help me weed out what I was ready to let go of. And she would encourage me to let those tears flow. So yeah, like just be really like appreciative of the genuine people in your life that you are truly thankful for, that would be there for you. Your Cypress affirmation says, in times of grief, I allow my sadness to be eased by the understanding that love lives on beyond the transition of death. So I told you guys, all three of these piles are mine. and tomorrow I am assisting my friends in saying goodbye to their mother. And they too will be comforting me because I loved their mom too. I really did. I shared many plates at Ladies' Night with Victoria, and we ate many meals together, and we had laughs, and and she gave me many kisses on the cheek. She's like, here, I'm gonna cry. She was one of those ladies that it wasn't weird for her to kiss you, you know what I mean, like on the cheek, and give you a hug, and like she just was that grandma mama energy that was cool that she did that. Yeah, so tomorrow I have to be honest how I'm feeling too. So yeah, times of grief, we must remember that love lives on beyond the transition of death, and we still have access to her love, and when we love her, she can feel it. She's aware of it. So Turkey Tail, I feel like, spins off of this because death is so much a mystery to us. It is one of those things that we categorize as unknown, and it does unsettle us, and those are the key words for turkey tail, as there's a female and a male turkey above the turkey tail mushrooms. It's a really cool picture. But it's like love is coming in. Love is coming in to say, please focus on what is really real. And hydrangea and rebirth are in between cypress and turkey tail, like they're diagonal. And hydrangea is all about transmuting energy. So we need to consciously transmute our perspective and viewpoint on death. So instead of death always, like tomorrow, like I was talking to the sisters, like I just said, hey, what are you wearing tomorrow, on Saturday? Like, are you wearing black? Because I just I've been feeling like called to wear color for your mom, and they're like, you can wear whatever you want. And like, they were telling me what they were considering wearing. And I feel like, with this friend in particular, I don't feel like Victoria wants us to be dark and solemn and sad. And I feel like, she loved beautiful things, and she wants us to wear beautiful clothes. And I can't remember which sister said it now, But one of them was like, yeah, and if it was her showing up, she'd wear her prom dress. You know what I mean? So it was sort of like this, hey, we need to kind of stop looking at death as like this grim, despairing, just, like, you know, feeling. And we need to really honor the graduation of the soul and wear some color and transmute our viewpoint about it, and let our sadness be eased by the understanding that love lives on beyond the transition of death. And so if tomorrow the right outfit is this red, my red Indian Hindu beautiful blouse, if that feels appropriate, then that's what I need to wear for Victoria. And as I'm saying that, I'm focusing in on the male turkey who has that big old red neck, and also the priestess of rebirth is wearing a red dress, red and violet. So yeah, I feel like color is appropriate for tomorrow, and it's appropriate in your life if you picked the first pile, number 1, to start getting out of beige vibes and start feeling more vibrant. Yes, that is indeed the message. So Hornbeam is number 17, of course, and she has a pink scarf, blanket, shawl, cape that she is holding over her head, letting the wind blow, feeling the breeze. And she's wearing a light violet dress and wearing a light red, having this light red, pinkish cape. It looks like a cape, but it's like if you would hold your silk wrap up, like with both fingers behind you, and the wind is blowing. That's what this picture is. Number 17, Hornbeam. And also your hellebore flower has a purple background. It's very green, lime green with a purple background, and it's all about empowerment. So if you pick the first card, you're having a rebirth into empowerment. You're stepping into feeling grateful. You're getting out of that unsettled beige vibe and stepping into something that you know, something that comforts you, something that empowers you. So let's just grab the book here and see what number 17, Hornbeam. This is a flower essence, and I have the flower essence that Anne's Backyard Herbal made, the violet flower essence. I release fear and look to the light. I release fear and look to the light. Hornbeam says, freshness and vitality flow throughout your entire body. Move your body, do sports, dance, run, walk, change your habits a little at a time. Boredom is dispelled and fatigue melts away. After all, it was only a question of taking the first step. So I love that she's actually over here on the right, sort of pushing everybody, like with her energy to the left, you know, pushing the grief, pushing the unsettled turkey tail, kind of giving everyone a little nudge, like, hey, it's time for you to take the first step out of your grief. It's time for you to take the first step out of your beige vibes. It's time for you to take the first step into the rebirth of the new you. Hydrangea, transmuting your blossoms from one color to another just by changing your energetic soil. So take the first step. If you have been feeling kind of start moving your body like Hornbeam is suggesting. Run, walk, dance, do sports. Just get up off your ass and move it. Change your habits a little bit at a time. So if you've been bored with life, like that's beige vibes. Boredom is definitely beige vibes. And I love beige, but you can't be beige all the time, okay? You can get rid of your boredom and your fatigue by just changing one little habit, doing one little new thing, getting that energy flowing just ever so slightly. And Hellborn ends your message by saying, Hellbore wants you to know how powerful you truly are and to help tap you into your innate female wisdom. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. It is a time to honor yourself. Stop hiding and stand in your own magnificent light with your head held high. Give yourself permission to connect with your heart and lead the way. So I would say in all of these images, the heads are held high. The female turkey, head held high. Hydrangea, cypress, rebirth, hornbeam, everyone's head is held high. So that means you need to hold your head high and hold the vision of what you want and hold the vision of where you're going. So you know what you need to do. You know what the next step is for you to rebirth. Hydrangea, once again, restructure the pattern. You make one change today and it's going to change your whole week, right? Every day you make one little change. So you know where you're going, what you need to do. You know that you've maybe been in some lower beige vibrations. Maybe it was grief. Maybe it was sorrow. Maybe it was just boredom. But the time has come now for you to start living your life. So be grateful for those who make you happy, who help lift you up, who make your souls blossom. Be grateful for the mystery, for the unknown. And yeah, be confident and empowered to enter into that, knowing your female wisdom, honoring yourself. So it's definitely a time to stop hiding and stand in your own magnificent light with your head held high. So go ahead this weekend to give yourself permission to connect with your heart, lead the way. I love that female. She is headed towards that male turkey, and she's ready to definitely have some fun, but she's also ready to restructure the pattern and rebirth into a new energy that is definitely not beige. Okay, ready for the second pile, number 7. Okay, so the first pile addressed my memorial service and my boredom. Now let's see what my second pile. I'm sorry, guys, but these are all mine this time. All mine. How did I do all that? How did I lay these out? Okay, here we go. Whew, that was intense to turn them all over at the same time. Like, whoa. But it worked out okay enough, I guess. Sometimes you gotta just be satisfied with okay enough. How's it going? It's okay enough, thank you. But always be manifesting what you want. Hold the vision. Hold the vision. Okay, so number 7, very significant to me. That is my life path number. I can't remember exactly I think if you just add up all the numbers of your birth date, that's how you get your life path number. You can look that up online, but interesting. That's something interesting to do if you've never figured out what your life path number it is. Just do it. Just do it for something to do and see if it resonates at all. The life path 7 did resonate with me, and then hilariously, of course, now I see 7s all the time. All the time. Okay, ready? I got my tea here. I just took another little bit of that violet flower essence by Anne's Backyard Herbal. I love the brown dropper glass little dropper bottle that she put it in. It's so cool. I'm always excited to get a new dropper bottle because I reuse them forever. Forevs. Okay, number 7. Here we go. So let's see what your flower whisper is. Or am I flipping them all over at once and being overwhelmed? All right, yeah, I can be overwhelmed. But I'll just let you know right off the bat, we've got a violet pansy looking flower. like a Johnny Jump Up that says, forgiveness is the fragrance of the violet that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. So if you picked the second pile, number 7, we have a forgiveness theme right off the bat. And we've got honeysuckle flower essence. We've got spruce essential oil. We have crocus, which is a message about forgiveness and calming down. We have a reversed dandelion, an upside down man. So there might be something to do here with forgiving a lover. We have inspiration and confidence. Interesting. Okay, so we've got a big old sunflower. And we have our hawthorn inspiration priestess making a second appearance this week. We hung out with her Wednesday. Did you listen to Manifest More Inspiration? If you didn't, I would say this card is asking you to go listen to Wednesday's podcast about inspiration. But if you don't have time to do that, I'll just summarize and let you know that you need to be taking enough downtime in order for you to feel inspired. And maybe that's why spruce is coming in with a message of cycles. You know, it's like you can't be running and going all the time. You need to take time for quiet reflection. And the spruce lady, the honeysuckle, and crocus, and inspiration, they've all got their mouths closed and they all look like they are thinking, right? Spruce is kind of looking out past my shoulder. Honeysuckle is looking up, maybe at the clouds. Crocus has her hands behind her back and she's looking down at the snow. Like they are all giving themselves time to be quiet, to listen, to see what comes in, to think, to contemplate, to reflect upon their feelings and themselves, or maybe just be. And in that state of being, in that quiet, that's whenever your higher self can whisper to you an inspiring idea. That's when that window is open for you to realize something. Maybe all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I'm just going to forgive him, right? Or you know what? I think all this is temporary and I'm ready to let it go. Or you know what? I have a really great idea. Or you know what? I feel confident now, right? Or I feel harmony now. I feel calm now. I feel balance now. I feel forgiveness now. I feel inspiration now. So Spruce says, in times of darkness, I find strength in the awareness that even the longest of winters gives way to the birth of new things. So even if it's been a very, very long winter, we have crocus right above her, snowy ground, long ass winter. Those crocus flowers are going to poke through when it's time for them to poke through. They're like, listen, winter, you're still going on, but guess what? We're here. We're ready to do our thing, because even in the longest of winters, at some point, spring happens. At some point, nature is inspired to change seasons. The wheel keeps turning, the cycles keep churning, right? It's time for us to move on. So spruce has, a message of cycles, of birth, of flight, a message of the eternal, and a message that, you know what, infertility is only temporary. So even if it seems like you haven't been inspired to make much or do much or think much or move forward much, that infertile time now is coming to an end. It's only ever temporary. So even if you're mad as hell at somebody and you don't feel like you're going to forgive them, that can also be temporary, right? You might be ready now to move on and birth into a new cycle of forgiveness and a new cycle of growth, where you just let that old resentment compost and you allow it to fertilize your soil. So it's like the violet, and I love that I have violet flower essence on the desk too. The violet forgives the heel that stepped on it instantly. It's crushed, it releases fragrance, and that fragrance is the smell of forgiveness. It just happens that quick. You step on me, and as you are stepping on me, I am instantly forgiving you because I don't even hold it against you. I don't even. So maybe that's why this dude is upside down. The dandelion dude is upside down, and he looks weird upside down because you didn't realize the dandelion root was growing out of his ass, but it certainly is, and I can tell that when he's upside down like this. But his arms are open, and I feel like it's like if you feel like the hanged man almost, and you're just like you've not been sure what to do, I think now is the time to say, listen, the crocus is saying you got to calm down. The crocus has a message to cool down, chill out, not be so angry, let it go, let it flow, let that violet energy of transmutation and forgiveness surround everyone and everything, and especially you, and be forgiving now. Cool down and be forgiving. Violet is very cooling, and so is crocus. So time in Hawthorn is very heart healing. So it's really time now to get the anger out of your heart. Spruce has like an ice cold feel to it. Like if you've had so much fire, so much anger, so much fury, if that has really been something that you've been drinking fire, you've been so angry, swear to God, you've been like drinking fire. This ice from spruce, this cooling from crocus, this forgiveness from violet is here to just help you end this cycle and birth into a new way of being. So let's see what honeysuckle says. Number 16, 1 plus 6 equals 7. So we got more 7 energy coming in with honeysuckle. Honeysuckle will advise you to stop looking back. Whether it was beautiful or horrible, you have looked at the past, overcome it, and perhaps even learned some difficult lessons. So enough of the past. That cycle is done. You've learned your lessons. It's time to move on. Leave nostalgia and regrets behind you. And so that's also too, like, yeah, it was really good and I'm glad you enjoyed it, but now you're not enjoying your now moment because you're thinking about how good it used to be. Yeah, days gone by, the good old times, God bless them, but now you need to be focused here in the now. Empty drawers and closets from what you no longer need. Enjoy the feeling of not being encumbered. So this number 7 pile really wants you to let go of the old and birth into something new, and birth into lighter energy, and that includes less stuff. That will help balance you. That will help you be more harmonious. It will inspire you more to have a clear space, a clear head, a clear heart. Clear the slate. Forgive everyone for everything and clear the slate so that you can move forward into this new cycle with confidence. And that's the flower that will end your message is sunflower, with a message of confidence. So it's like, feel how honeysuckle's like, feel how unencumbered you are now that you've let it go. You've let the past go, all of it. And you feel so free now. You feel so free now that you've forgiven everyone for everything. You feel so balanced. Dandelion is saying, do you feel that harmony? Do you feel that equality? I had to flip the card over. Do you feel that equalness? Like you're living your life now from an equal playing field. No one owes you anything. You don't owe anyone else anything. You are free, 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 free to just be. And sunflower says, confident sunflower stands tall and radiant, shining like the sun. When you are suffering from low self-confidence or self-doubt, sunflower humbly reminds you of your true magnificence, instilling acceptance and understanding, and allowing loving compassion to flow from your heart. So yeah, if you got damaged from the reversed dandy man, right? It's like, man, that really killed your confidence. But you know what, honey? It's time to forgive them. And it's time to understand your self-worth and your true magnificence. And letting go of that anger that you may have had from that past experience and stepping into a time of spring, of lightness, a time of new emerging. Yeah, it was a time of darkness and it was a long-ass winter, but now it's time to birth new inspiration, new compassion, a new sense of a healed heart, a wholesome heart. So yeah, thank you, Violet, for reminding us to shed forgiveness the second we are crushed. It's like the quicker you can forgive, the better. Because the quicker you can forgive, the shorter the time of that anger to fester, right? But if we have allowed anger to fester and grow within us, then crocus comes in to help us cool down. And if we have had a little trouble letting go of the past, honeysuckle comes in to help us shed our cumbersome ways of past attachments and past resentments. So spruce is here to say, listen, it's time for a new cycle. It's time for a new birth. Look at everything in the past as only temporary. Look at your anger always as something temporary. And the quicker you can shed it, the better. The quicker you can let it go, the better. And that's what Dandelion too is. He's upside down, almost like we could just shake this guy, shake the seeds, shake the wishes, just literally let it all fall away. Let it all go. And then, yeah, we're put in the perfect place to be confident, to be inspired, and allow loving compassion to flow from your heart. Because that is who you truly are. Even if your heart has been cold as ice, now it's time to inspire something a little bit different, a little bit warmer, and that's why we got the radiant sun energy from the sunflower and also the dandelion. It too has a bloom on it that is radiating out light. So let your cycles change now. Take flight into the light. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. Might have to look that song up later. My Aunt Jan can play that on the piano. She really can. It's so fun. All right, so you guys ready for number 55? Our final pile here, TGIF. Thanks again for hanging out with me this week. I appreciate you. I appreciate my cards. I appreciate the messages. I appreciate so much the reminders. Like, do you realize how much I appreciate that message of forgiveness and letting it go and starting again? Like, I could hear that every single day. Like, just keep doing this, honey. You're doing the work. All right, so let's see what my last pile says, because I'm claiming all of this today. I'm claiming everything, my light and my dark, like Mugwort said. I am claiming my body and my spirit. I am claiming it all. I'm claiming all the dreams. I'm not going to miss any of the tricks. I am flowing and honoring all of the cycles of my life. So that's why I like to claim everything about me, even if it's negative, even if it's positive. Like, I want to take responsibility for all of it, because then I'm stepping into my true power. And so if I can stand here and tell you I created all the craziness, then that responsibility allows me to create something different now. So that's why I'm more than happy to take the blame for everything, because I'm like, well, then it's the power's in my pocket. So if I take responsibility for my problems, then I can take responsibility for my successes. And if I can own up to my hate, then I can manifest more love. It's like a rubber band, you know, it's like you pull it back and it's like, yep, I went into my darkness and now watch me let this rubber band go. I'm going to launch my ass into the light. So be it. All right, ready? 55. 55. Okay. We've got lots of songs to look up. Cold as Ice. I think Zombie has a song about 55. All right. You are gifted in a unique and important way. So you are you, honey. You are gifted in a unique and important way. So if you're acting like a weirdo and everybody's calling you crazy, I think that is saying you're on the right path. Right? So last night, you know, everyone's trying to decide whether they need a ride home or they need to leave their car at ladies' night and come back in the morning. And I'm like, I'm pretty good. And Stacey goes, yeah, she's good. She's just crazy all the time. But I don't know. Now that I think about it, kind of pushing my luck. Oh, yay! You guys are priestesses of love. See, this is my pile. So my first pile was talking about my grief that I'll be dealing with this weekend. My second pile is about forgiveness because that's always a theme. And the third pile is going to be about love. So we are manifesting more love. We are manifesting more harmonious interactions. I love this card from the Enchanted Spell Oracle by Priestess Moon. Remember what I was saying about people who have common interests and my friends who pray every morning together and talk about the scripture and whatever. It's like this common bond, right? So the lovers in this card are under a tree, a rose bush tree, and they're like, it almost looks like they're high-fiving each other, like they're teammates, they're friends, they're compadres, they're on the same page, they're manifesting thought together. Their consciousnesses have joined together because they're thinking along the same lines. They're adding into the same energetic pot. And yeah, that makes them best buds. And that's the best way to be with your lover. Your partners, for real. You're growing together, not apart. And yeah, there's just times in the day where a high five is totally appropriate because you guys are both gifted and unique in important ways. And you've figured out somehow, some way, how to bring yourselves together and enjoy each other. So that is why I celebrate my friends who have good relationships. Like, I love the idea of it. I love seeing people co-create. I love seeing people be there for each other. I love well-matched partners. I love it. I love it so much. All right, our essential oil is clove. Ooh, she's got her finger up saying shh. She's all about protection, but she's also about friendship. So clove is one of my favorite oils. We were just actually talking about clove last night because, I don't know, we started talking about skin tags and moles, and I have removed a mole before using clove oil. It's very powerful. You have to do it for about 2 months. Put it on like 3 times a day. That thing will shrivel up and fall off. But anyways, clove, I love the smell of it. I used to love clove cigarettes. Like, I just love clove. But anyways, I love that it came after love because how do you spell clove? C-L-O-V-E. It's basically sea love. The word clove is the letter C and then the word love. So I feel like our message is to see love. Use our eyes. Her eyes are open. Her eyes are focused. Start to see love. When you see the word clove now, you're going to see love. And when you smell clove, you're going to remember to see love. So start seeing lovers, start seeing that bond between people, start realizing it in the relationships that you have. But once you hold the vision of love, you will start to see more love, and you will start to be more love, and you will start to feel more love, and you will start to have more love. So if you want to manifest love, there you go. All right, so this also, clove also does have a negative message about gossip and maliciousness and being numb. So don't be a bitch, okay? Don't be a bitch. We'll come back to her affirmation. Yeah, I'm serious. Don't be a bitch. Your next card is stinging nettle, okay? Be a friend, not a backstabber. Don't be a little stinging nettle bitch. This is definitely my pile. Because I often relate to stinging nettle. You know, it's like, I love you, but I'll also punch you in the face. Don't be a bitch, okay? Be nourishing, be nutritive, be giving. It's okay to respect your boundaries, but be a friend, be a true friend, okay? We've got the Great Web. It is reversed, but I love it reversed because that just looks like a cosmic spiral. And we've got all these mushrooms that look like very phallic hanging off of this spiral that's pointed towards love. So I would say if you pick the third pile, number 55, you're definitely going to manifest some beautiful loving dick in your future. And we've got cinquefoil, a flower, which is a message to be your wild, to go wild. She's playing a guitar in the forest. Cinquefoil, cinquefoil. I don't know if I'm saying it right, so that's why I spelled it for you. But yeah, go wild, be wild. Like I said, if people are constantly saying, that girl's crazy, good for you. You're being yourself. You're allowing your unique gifts to shine through. You're being passionate, and you are probably on your way to manifesting more love, more things that you love, more laughs that you love, more lovers to love, 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 love. And our flower remedy is aspen. Number 2. She's kind of balled up. She's like got her elbows like in between her thighs and she's leaning forward. She is not going wild. There's something holding her up. So we're going to find out what that is, because it might give us some insight on maybe why you're not manifesting good friendships, or not manifesting good partnerships or lovers. And like, why are you being so stinging nettle? Only an herbalist to another herbalist could say that, and it makes sense. Why are you being so stinging nettle? Ooh, that is calling somebody out in the herbal community. Hey girl, let's be honest. Why are you being so stinging nettle today? Be honest. Tell me what's up. All right, so the Great Web reverse, just real quick. That is a message about interconnection, kinship, and symbiosis. So yeah, something is not flowing, and something is being a little too stinging nettle within you. So we're going to find out what that is, so that you can be free enough to go wild and play your guitar by the forest tree, and find some partnerships that really work for you. I'm not saying they have to be all romantic. You know, it's like, but we need to start connecting with people. We need to start feeling like we have a good 55 mirrored, balanced, harmonious partnership. So whether that's a friend or a business partner or a lover or a family member or whatever, we want more love. Okay, what does Aspen have to say? Because I feel like that's going to tell us what's up. Why are we being so stinging nettle? Aspen says, trust can be recovered, but not alone. This flower will keep you company, but help it by finding also the comfort of others. Not to console you, but to play, laugh, and joke together. In this way, ghosts will be able to return from whence they came. Once in a while, take a deep breath. Okay, let's breathe. That's so funny because I really was holding my breath. So it's like, listen, you've got to have more fun. Quit being so stinging nettle. Get your guitar. get your friendship, get your voice. Okay, we need to have some laughs. We need to joke around together. We need to high five each other. We need to play. Maybe we need to throw a football. I love throwing a football. Can my cowboy also love to throw a football, please? And like just the Nerf kind, okay? I don't want to break a nail. But we need to start feeling interconnected with each other, a kinship, a symbiosis, a symbiotic, workable relationship. So whether that be in community or family, we've got to reach out. Now, Clove says, I express myself without apology or censorship. I speak with authority and compassion, but also know when to be silent. Ooh, this would have been a good affirmation for everybody to read last night before ladies' night. This would have been a good message for everyone to go into, but it's a good message today too. Listen, we come together. We should be able to speak our minds. We should be able to not have to apologize or censor, okay? Be yourself. Own your truth. Have compassion. And know the power of shutting the fuck up every once in a while. I do. I certainly know the power sometimes to just let things roll off my shoulder, be silent. I don't really need to talk about that right now. That's really not appropriate, right? I can keep that inside. There's great power in being quiet at the appropriate times. There's also great power in knowing when to speak up. There's also great power and fun in knowing when to laugh so ridiculous, right? And then at times maybe bite your tongue. Tone it down to a giggle, right? But here's the thing. There's also such a wonderful blessing in being able to be with others that you don't have to censor yourself all the damn time. And you don't have to apologize for being truthful. And you can get a little crazy and be forgiven, right? It's this kinship. It's this teenage friendship that you can still have even in your 50s, even when you're 55. That it's like you got your group of people that are just going to let you be you. You are gifted in a unique and important way. And no one really needs to be that stinging nettle. You know, if you have a stinging nettle moment, hey, that's fine. We all do. We all do. But, you know, part of our friendship is trust. And it's like, and there is an allowance that we can all be how we need to be and we'll still be loved. We will still be loved. So trust can be recovered if there's any type of love gone sour or gossip or maliciousness in your friendships and relationships. Trust can be recovered, but not alone. So this is, if you pick number 55, hey, that's mirrored fives, 2 5s. You need to be with someone right now, whether it be a friend, a family member, something supportive, some type of high fiver, okay? Have fun, keep company, right? Find comfort of others. Not that you need to be consoled. No, the exact opposite. Find others to play and laugh and joke together, okay? So that you can bring back the good vibes, okay? And breathe, breathe, breathe. I mean, you could even maybe just do a yoga friend night, you know, just someone to hold space with you. But don't be alone right now. This is a great time of transformation, Nettle says. Wake up. Nettle helps you transform foggy thinking so that you can respond to prickly or heated situations by speaking up for yourself, right? And that's what Clove, that's what Sea Love is saying too. I express myself without apology. I speak up for myself, uncensored, okay? I speak with authority and compassion, but also know when to be silent. And I also know how to respond to prickly or heated situations if I do need to speak up for myself in alignment with my own truth. So you too need to be able to be in alignment with your own truth and without harboring resentment or attachments that could leave you feeling tired, congested, or irritated. So it's like we need to have this kinship, this interconnection with others, that it's like, okay, I can say what's on my mind and be cool with that, and everybody's cool with that, and nobody's harboring resentment to each other, because that is poison, and that will be malicious on my part. If I'm even harboring a little bit of resentment, that's malicious, right? So it's like, I'm always joking like, oh, another birthday party, not my own. Well, last night I realized that I just actually love birthday parties. Right? I just love celebrating people, and I hope someday I get one. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I hope someday I get a birthday party. But until then, I'm just gonna enjoy everyone else's from a genuine, loving place. From that friend who is happy to high five you sincerely and root for you and cheer for you and love you and bless you and bless you and bless you from a wholesome place. I really did have a good transformative night last night. So allow your energy to transform too. Wake up to love. Wake up to connection, to kinship. Wake up to protecting others because you love them. Wake up to connecting with others. Wake up and speak your truth, but also be compassionate. Wake up to love. You are gifted and unique in an important way. So wake up and see love. Yay! So thank you so much for hanging out with me. TGIF, yeah, what a great week. Thank you, Mugwort. Thank you, Trees. Thank you, Inspiration. Thank you, Tarot Tuesday. Like, I enjoyed all of it with you. I really, really did. So yeah, I'm vibing pretty high. It's a great Friday. Gonna just roll with the cycles, roll with the flow. Maybe I'll do that live stream this afternoon. And if I do, I'm gonna upload more of these flossy notes to the Mugwort post on my Patreon page, and I'll link to it on herboracle.blogspot.com. If you didn't see my new blog, as a friend, I'm inviting you over there to check it out, and let me know what you think. You can comment. I have the comments opened on it. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, thanks so much. Whether you picked number 1, number 7, number 55, or like me, oh my God, it was just 55 seconds on the ticker. If you were like me and picked them all, wasn't that awesome? I literally benefited. So anyways, thanks again. I can't wait to hang out with you again next week. And who knows, maybe we'll pick up another Archangel this weekend. I mean, there's so much energy. There's so much stuff, so many options. I just feel like I'm more alive than I've been in a really, really long time. And it just feels so good to have you to share it with. Like, I really, truly do appreciate you. I love you. I love you. I love you dearly. Thanks for hanging out with me here at Ho.